Hey guys, today on In the Shop we're going to be talking about something a little bit off topic, but I just think this is way too cool to not share. So this morning, me and my 11-year-old son got up around 4 a.m., kind of go on a little adventure. And that adventure was seeing the Guinness Book of World Records largest cooling tower implosion ever. Something I've always wanted to see is one of these building implosions. You see them all over the internet. And I just think it's the coolest thing to watch, how controlled it is. It can bring a structure down like this. These two cooling towers stood right around 500 feet tall. I think one was just under 500 feet and one was just over. It was a pretty incredible thing to see these things fall. So before we get into that, I want to give you a little bit of history about these towers and a little bit about the power plant. So Brayton Point was the largest coal-fired plant in New England. It was built in 1957 and it was operational right around 1963. It's primarily a coal-fired plant. From 1969 to 1981, it was primarily oil, but for the most part, it's been a coal-fired plant. Produced about 1,500 megawatts at full capacity. I think it was around 1.5 million homes it powered throughout the course of its lifetime. So it used water from the Taunton River for its cooling and for its steam turbines. So what that was doing, it was heating the water, and they were sending the water back into the bay, and they discovered that it was actually killing the fish and changing the wildlife in the area. So in 2009, they decided to make a closed cycle cooling system, and that involved making these two enormous towers. A lot of people thought it was a nuclear plant, but realistically, it was just a set of towers that the water went through that they used for generating power, and the towers helped cool that water off, and then they use the water again back into the system to produce electricity again. At full capacity, this plant burned around 40,000 tons of coal every 3 days. It's just astronomical how huge this plant was. So construction began 2009 on these towers. It was around $600 million project, enormous undertaking, but they got it done pretty quick. It was 2011 that this was complete. So that ran for quite a few years, and then 2017 is when it was actually decommissioned. So realistically, it was only running for about 6 years, these cooling towers. So I mean, $600 million for 6 years worth of cooling it's a pretty crazy thing to me. But it came the time, plant was decommissioned 2017, and they made the decision the towers had to come down. So now they're going to be using that site location for some an offshore wind hub. So I'm not exactly sure what the plans are, but it'd be interesting to see exactly how they're doing that. I know they do have some big plans for some wind power right outside the bay, and hopefully it brings some commerce back to the area. I know shutting the plant down was a big hit. A lot of people lost their jobs, so hopefully we get those jobs back. But without further ado, here's the implosion. So I really hope you guys liked the video. I know it's a little off topic from my auto repair and diesel repair stuff, but I just think it's something really cool to see. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity for me and my son. It was kind of cool to get up real early, go on a little adventure, and we snuck down to the highway off ramp and just kind of hung out, camped out for a couple hours. And it's not too often that you get to see something like that. So it's something that was cool to be a part of. And I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you subscribe, like the video if you liked it, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching In the Shop.